Hey people, what's going on? Welcome to Real Tough Talk. Tough Talk.
How is that even possible?
Tough Talk.
Whoa! Stephen J. Partner goes,
Show some respect. You did not answer the question.
he's a bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad. He finally said it.
The slipper's gone. The dress has holes in it. The cart turned into a pumpkin again. So what else you gonna do?
This team couldn't cover a twin mattress with a king size sheet.
Lights out season.
Lights out for you. Let's get as quick into the game as possible because I am not staying in this wig longer than I have to.
I want to part. Play it out, Wells, while you're talking this game.
What's going on, people? What is going on? I want to thank you for joining us for another episode of Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J. I'm here with my partner Ghost, and we're excited to bring you another week in BQFL football.
This time we're in the C2. Obviously we have like a rotation going where we do the B, C, the C, B, C2. I don't remember exactly what order it is, but it's those intervals where we're going in between each division.
And it's been a great season so far, and we in the midway point. We hit the hump day, basically, middle point, and now we're gonna start going down, and you get to see the potential teams, matchups in the playoffs, and stuff like that. So it's definitely been an interesting and a great ride this season. So we're gonna jump right into the games we're going to talk about. The first game we're gonna go over is Primetime versus Wolfpack. Now this Primetime team, they're coming in 4-0. Mm-hmm. This team is known for offense. One thing they can do, they can score. This team has scored in their last 4 games. This team has scored 129 points. They have outscored their opponents 129-70. Now they have a decent defense, pretty, I'd say top 5 defense, but this team is known for their offense and quick leading the helm at quarterback.
And he is playing lights out right now for this Primetime team. I believe out of all 3 quarterbacks for this Primetime team in all 3 divisions, he's doing the best right now. He's putting up the numbers, and he's keeping this team on the board. They're relentlessly scoring as high as 40 points in one of their games. So this man is on fire. He's leading this team every other chance that he gets, and it's one of the reasons why they're doing so well.
And they have never scored less than 20 points this season. The lowest they scored this season in the C2 division is 25 points. That is amazing. This team does not know how not to score based on the way they've been playing. And this other team, Wolfpack, not a great team. They're coming in 1-3. The issue is scoring. And it's crazy because they had Mr. originally throwing, and I heard kind of an inside source that Mr. will not be. Mr. went with them, left to go to HGH, was going to come back to start, but it was a rumor saying that the guy said that he throws too hard.
Yeah.
When he doesn't need to. I've never heard that in football. You complain that the quarterback throws too hard.
And to play devil's advocate in this one moment in time, I'm going to say that the point that I think that they were trying to make based on what we heard is that at certain points in the game, you would have Mr. or a quarterback throw a bullet, pass, or whatever 2 yards away from the person. So he's right in front of you and you're throwing a bullet. So it's not always an easy pass to catch, so I understand what they're saying. Like, he doesn't know how to temper his arm at certain points, and that's what kind of, gives them issue with the receivers. But to say that in general that the quarterback throws too hard, that's something that I would hear a 6th grader say, or a kid in elementary school say in the backyard. You throw too hard, that hurts my hands, or something like that. I don't know if it is hurting their hands, but regardless of what the issue was, now they lose a proper quarterback in Mr., and now they have to go about it on their own.
And you want to hear the funny part about this?
Go ahead.
This Wolfpack team is 8th in scoring. 8th. in a division of 9. Only the Badgers score less than them. And we don't know where this Wolfpack team is going. I mean, they're going to go with Mo. One of their best receivers have to go and play quarterback. So we're going to have to see how that turns out. Hopefully, we won't have to poke our eyes out because the football is so bad as far as Wolfpack's offense. But we'll have to see what's going on. We're going to jump right into the game. After getting the first down, Quick with 2 passes in the gap, getting him to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal, Quick throws the bird on the front of the end zone. Almost picked up by Flash and Mo. That is a bad pass by Quick. Not really known for making too many mistakes this season. He got lucky with that one. 4th and goal, Quick throws a Darryl in the back of the end zone. Almost picked up by Flash. Turnover on downs. If you look here, Flash is reading Quick. You know, Flash is a decent defender, but you got to give it to him. He's reading him. That was a low pass, and that's their first stop. They stopped the best offense in the league in the C2 division in the red zone. That is a big accomplishment.
And Quick is looking a little different on this first drive. Obviously we haven't been able to cover their games, but the first time we're able to, he makes a few mistakes. That 3rd down pass, they read it like a book, and then the same thing happened on 4th down where he's throwing it on the same area. Flash is waiting for that pass, and he's able to get into it and almost get an interception twice on that one drive. So they're reading Quick, and Quick has to change his strategy because right now they are on the money with their defense.
Well, Wolfpack gets the ball. 2nd down, Mo throws a Flash open in the gap for a nice game, picking up the 1st down. And that is a great way to start it moving. Mo's a new starting quarterback of this team. He's trying to bring him out of the hole. Great way to get it started. After getting the 1st down, Mo with 3 passes, getting him to the 5-yard line. 4th and goal, Mo on 5 rush, throws a Ream in the back of the end zone. High, incomplete, turnover on downs. Mo missed Ream. Ream was open, but the pass was way off target. That is a big stop by Primetime.
And the thing about it is Ream had space in the back of the end zone, but Mo, who's not necessarily a quarterback, or at least their regular quarterback,
is not
accurate with that pass. So, that's unfortunate because they were driving pretty well all the way to the goal line, and then they weren't able to finish. That's unfortunate for their first drive.
2nd down, Quick on 5 rush, just gets the ball off to Moolah in the gap, but the pass is dropped, incomplete. 3rd and long, Quick throws the Birdo, cut it in the gap for a decent game. 4th down, Quick on 5 rush, throws the disco in the middle, incomplete. Turnover on downs. They couldn't even pick up a 1st down. That is a terrible drive. It seems like when the lights is on, Quick is off, because we've seen 2 drives where he got stopped. And this is a man that's leading the offense that scored at least 32 points a game, and they got stopped back-to-back drives. Something is wrong here.
And if you look on this play right here, this play in particular is a play that Quick missed. You have Pig, who I'm not going to say he's one of the fastest guys on the field, but he's fast enough to get open when you have Prodigy guarding him. He's not a guy who's going to keep up with Pig. So one-on-one, you're going to throw the Pig all day. He did not do that. That's a missed opportunity there, and that's one of the things that led to the turnover. 2nd
down, Mo throws in the gap for a decent game, getting him to the 10-yard line. 4th and goal, Mo finds Ream in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Disco at Giver chucks him, but he's wide open afterwards. Nobody picked him up, and Mo's able to find him for the touchdown. Flash gets the extra point. 7-zip, Wolfpack.
One thing I gotta say about this play is, you look at Warrior and a couple of other guys, they're arguing with Disco saying, why did Disco let him go? Look at the description of what happened on that play.
Disco at Giver chucks him.
Disco at Giver chucks him. So if he's the giver and he chucks, is he gonna stay with him? No, he's the giver. His position is worrying about the quarterback. How is he gonna worry about the receiver after the chuck? That's Warrior and the rest of the defender's position. That's their job. Warrior, if you look here, isn't guarding anybody. So you're looking at Disco. Disco's looking frustrated because it's not his fault. You guys gotta read the offense, read the receivers, and know where they're going, and especially the fact that they leave him open in the front of the end zone.
And he helped them on the line with the chuck. That gave the defenders an opportunity to get there, and they didn't. That's a touchdown, 7-zip, Wolfpack. 2nd down at the 48-yard line. Quick throws a moolah on the sideline for a nice game, picking up the 1st down. 2nd and goal. Quick on 5 rush, throws the Pig in the back of the end zone. Tipped by Reem, almost picked up by Artie. 3rd down, Quick throws a show, cutting in the back of the end zone. Show can't get to it, incomplete. 4th down at the 10-yard line. Quick throws it up to Darryl in the back of the end zone. Knocked away by Mo. Turnover on downs. Quick threw the ball too late on that, and they've been stopped 3 times in a row. Great stop by the defense.
If you look at this play here, Darryl, who was the last receiver to get the ball there, get the ball thrown to him, he's open here, cutting in the back of the end zone. This is when you throw the ball. Quick waits to try to throw it up over the defender, and because of that, that is an inaccurate pass. He's not able to get to him then, and the defense is there. You throw a quick pass here while he's cutting the back of the end zone, that's a less of a chance for the defense to get to it. Quick misses yet another opportunity to score. This is 3 in a row for their offense.
Mind you, this is one straight half. The game started a little late.
Yes.
So this is one straight half, just to let you know. So right now, Wolfpack is getting the ball back. Remember, they're up 7-zip. 3rd down after a short pass. Mo throws deep to Artie, guarded by Warrior. Pass is short, picked off by Warrior. He gets him the ball back for this primetime offense, and that is a terrible throw by Mo. There was no need to go downfield. He needed to attempt to try to get a 1st down. He takes a shot at a bomb, and it's picked off. Great play by Warrior.
And the thing about this play right here, again, I always say if you're going to go deep, at least make the throw. And the thing about it is there was separation between Artie and Warrior. He had some space downfield, but Mo could not get the ball down there. Mo takes that chance, he can't reach him, and that leads to Warrior with the interception.
2nd down after getting the first. Quick throws to Darryl in the gap for a decent gain. 3rd down. Quick throws to Lay on the sideline, getting to the 5-yard line. 4th and goal. Quick finds Show in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look at Artie lets him go to guard Darryl and leaves Show wide open for the touchdown. 7-6.
That's lack of communication right there, because you let go of one person, nobody else picks him up. That shows that nobody on the defense is talking, and they leave a receiver wide open. This is them. They had the lead, and they gave it right back because of the lack of communication.
Well, they didn't give it right back. It's 7-6, but they're going to go for 2. They run the same play again. And Show gets past Artie in the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 8-7. Primetime takes the lead.
And they do it again, leaving this receiver one-on-one for the 2-point conversion against Show. Show jumps over him and is able to get the pass for the 2-point conversion.
8-7. Primetime takes the lead back. Mo gets the ball back for this Wolfpack offense. Mo with 2 short passes for a decent game. 3rd down, Mo throws to Artie, cutting in the middle. Pass is going to be dropped. 4th down, Mo throws to Trinidad in the gap, who's tagged short of the end zone. Turnover on downs. A big stop by Primetime, up 1 point. This is a good defense. Great stop.
And they have been holding them. Listen, not to say that this Wolfpack offense is one that's going to kill you in points.
Because they really won't.
Yes, but Primetime is still holding their own and keeping them from getting any more points than the ones that they got. So give credit to them. They're trying their best to keep their offense on the field.
2nd down, Quick throws deep to Pig, who has a step on Flash. But Flash gets his hand up, knocks the ball away. Incomplete. But if you look here, Berto in football was open, and Quick takes a shot. That's because he wants to score. He knows his team has shut him down. He's trying to get a quick score. He had 2 guys open, up 1 point. Why would you take the shot? But it gets knocked down. 3rd down, Quick throws deep to Show on the sideline. Show stop running, incomplete. Berto's wide open on the sideline. Primetime has to punt. And if you look here, you see Show and Pig arguing. And this is the whole point of them today. Offense looks pathetic. They lucky they got a score in. And this is a big stop by the Wolfpack.
And I believe what they're arguing about is Pig is saying that there's other receivers open. Show is saying that the area that he's running, that they're going for, was wide open. So my thing is, if your offense isn't working as it is, then you take what the defense gives you and then keep it moving. They didn't do any of that on this drive right here. If you look, 2 receivers wide open here, then Quick takes a chance one-on-one here, and Flash is able to knock it down. I don't care if you think that the defender is not paying attention. If he's on him, why take the risk when there's other receivers open short? So these are bad decision making on their offense as a whole, and because of that, they keep getting stopped.
Mo gets the ball. Remember, it is 8-7. Wolfpack gets the ball. It's their last drive. They gotta take the lead. Mo throws a Flash, cutting in the gap for a decent gain. 2nd down, Mo throws a Trinidad in the gap, getting him to the 48-yard line. But Mulat's flagged for tackling, getting them to the first down. What do you think of the call?
This was a clear tackling. It wasn't intentional if you saw it, but because there was too much contact as he comes down, it looks like he goes to brace himself. The refs see that. That's an automatic flag. That's unfortunate. That's not something that they need in this point of the game.
Second down, Mo throws a flash on the sideline for a decent gain. 45 seconds left. Third down, Mo on 5 rush, throws it up to Artie, cutting in the back of the end zone high, incomplete. If you look here, Leo's open, wide open short, and they missed him. Fourth down, Mo is gonna roll to the left on 5 rush, throws a Trinidad in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. The catch is made, but there's a flag on the play. Mo steps across the line on 4th down, loss of down, ending the game, 8-7, Primetime comes away with the win. Tell me about that play.
First of all, this Primetime team, well, okay, I'm going to get to that in a second. But this play right here, because of the pressure coming in on 5 rush, Mo was forced to roll to the left. And because he loses his place on the field, he steps over by the time he sees the receiver open in the front of the end zone. So that's a good throw. Everything he did right, but watch his footing where he's on the field. And I believe that's because of the pressure. The giver was coming in. Great play by the giver getting in and putting that pressure on.
Great pressure.
I think that's the reason why this play fell apart and this Wolfpack team earned that flag to end the game. So great defense. That's one of the reasons why they won. Unfortunately for the Wolfpack, who struggle on offense, but they played pretty good defense to hold a team that averages about 30 points a game, to hold them to 8 points. That says something about your defense. There's some hope there. You know, whether it's Primetime playing bad or is it your defense locking up, there's some hope there for your defense. They played very well today. Hats off to them. But their offense has to step up. And I believe that Mo at quarterback, he started to get his stride going every now and then, but he couldn't finish a lot of the drives. Bad decision-making, sometimes losing his footing like what he did in the last play. They got to get it together at quarterback. I guess Mo is going to be who they have moving forward. But if this is what it is, then there's a lot of improvement that Mo has to make in the last coming weeks because the season is more than halfway over at this point. There's no making the same mistakes that's going to cut it anymore. So they got to fix this and fix it fast.
We're going to go to an interview with Tiki and Quick. And we're going to be right back. And I'll give you my final thoughts of Primetime. We'll be right back.
What's going on, people? Stephen J here with Primetime with a close win over Wolfpack, 8-7. I'm able to start in quarterback Quick and Coach Tiki. Your team scores. This is our 5th win, 5-0. You averaged 32 points a game. Today you scored 8. What happened today?
We got to win. Sometimes the defense has to pick up the offense, just like the offense picks up the defense. Works both ways. We're a team. There are bad days. It happens. Bad passes, drops. It happens. But at the end of the day, W's. That's all that matters. 5-0.
Seems to look like your timing was a little off. Seen some throws behind receivers. Seen some throws that didn't make it. Like, what was it? Was your mechanics? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. It was just it's one of them days. I've been balling. All right. Today I played like stir fried. So it happens. I'm not here to make any excuses. Like you say, I always make excuses. I played bad today. But you want to know what? We scored when we were supposed to. We went for 2, because that's what winning teams do. And I put up to my defense, and my defense held it down.
Tiki, your defense played great today. Was it great knowing that your defense would step up when your offense was struggling?
That's what it's supposed to be. I can't expect the offense or Quick anybody to score 32 points every game. That's just not realistic. So eventually, I'm glad we had a game like this so the defense knows you can't have Quick always bailing us out. We need defense. At the end of the day, you need defense. Defense wins championships, offense wins games.
You had to be a little concerned because you saw the same thing that I saw. This is not a top defense in Wolfpack, and you've seen Quick kind of struggle several times, especially in the red zone. There's no kind of cause of concern for that?
I'm a slight concern because, like I said, he's been putting up points, but I'm going to take that on me a little bit because this is the first game out of 5 games we actually had 1 through 15. So it's hard to incorporate more people into the game and our offense. And Quick wants me to take control of that, and that's not what I usually do, but that's what my quarterback needs. So I have to, swallow my pride and, make those cells for him. That's it. It makes life easier.
Last question. 8 o'clock game, 4-0. Is it a cause of concern that 5-0, I'm sorry. Is it a cause of concern that your guys walked in late? As your guys was on the field, you had guys walking on the field like it was nothing. Guys came in not warmed up. Do you think that that's endangering your season, the way they come in nonchalant because you're undefeated?
Jay, it's not even just this division. It's every division with Primetime. The start of the game, don't make a difference if it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The first drive of every game, if you go back to tape, we giving up onsides, we giving up run backs. We're not prepared, and that's just me. That's all on me. Yes, they got a whole accountability of getting to the games, but that's me not having them prepared. And it won't happen going forward. Any division, it won't happen.
All right, we respect that. We're gonna watch because I'm gonna be watching to make sure you can change that. We're gonna thank them for being here with us. No matter what, ugly win, this team is 5-0. So you got to give them hats off to that. We're gonna see you on the site. Thanks.
Good interview. Appreciate their honesty. Always thank guys for giving the interview. Let me get myself ready.
Of course.
Primetime is 5-0. 5-0. Leads the league in scoring. First place in scoring.
I'm just waiting for the butt that's coming.
First place in the division. Nah.
So you're saying all the positives. I'm just
You got to give them their props, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
they 5-0 and they're doing their thing and they killing right now. I love it.
Listen, y'all know exactly where this is going, so I'm just waiting for it.
Primetime's overrated.
See, it had to be something harsh. I was waiting for it, and there you go.
5-0. Right? Don't remember the song. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe. Remember that?
Yeah.
This team is all hype. All smoke and mirrors. You know why? They're 5-0. Counting this team, do you know that Primetime only beat one team with a winning record in that 5-0? And that was OTF. OTF right now record is 5-1. Primetime beat them in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
When I looked at, they blew them out, 28-8. It's a blowout, right?
Yeah.
Destroyed them. Do you know that OTF has won 5 straight since that game? Did you know OTF's defense have only given up 33 points after that combined? That's an average of 6.6 points a game.
That just shows that.
So they blew them out
Yeah.
in the beginning of the season when they were 0-0.
Yeah.
And now they only gave up 33 points.
They flicked that
since
switch
then.
for them. That's
And
exactly what happened.
you take out OTF, who Primetime beat, who's 5-1, only team with a winning record. You know the other 4 teams, counting Wolfpack, you know what's their record?
What?
5-15.
Ouch. That's not a winning record.
So, meaning the 5-1 OTF team that you beat was the only team over 500 that you beat. And the remaining team that you beat, so we take that win out. The other 4 wins you got, those teams are combined 5-15. And the defenses you played, Wolfpack, they're a number 6 defense. Bullies, they're a number 9 defense. Chiefs, a number 7 defense. And the Badgers, a number 4 defense. And they just forfeited. So they're 4 because they only gave up 12 points, but that was basically on a forfeit. Primetime haven't beaten everybody good since week 1 of the season. So for everybody dancing and pop locking, and no. No way. What Jay-Z say? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The numbers are here.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, you're going to be 5-0. And you just ducked a bullet from a team that's 1-4. Soon as the camera's on you and your mistakes are really going to be televised and you're really going to see what you're going to do, you scored 8 points. And you want me to believe in this team? You want me to jump on and say, hey, get my signs and say, quick, Primetime, Tiki, no, stop, please.
You didn't even say quick there.
Yeah, no, I said quick, Primetime, no, I don't believe it. This is your opportunity in prime time. And you showed us nothing. You got in the red zone several times, couldn't score. And if it wasn't for a bonehead throw by the quarterback when he's up that gets picked off, you would have lost this game. Primetime should have lost this game.
True.
Shout to their defense. They play well, right? You agree?
I said
They play well. They gave up 7 points, right?
Yeah.
To a number 8 offense.
Yeah.
They gave up 7 points to a number 8 offense. It's pretty good. Let's look at one more thing in the numbers.
Listen.
Wait. Let me look at one more thing. One more thing, please.
Okay, go ahead. Because I'm going to bring one of your points that you always make.
One thing in the numbers.
While you're looking at that, I'm just going to say.
They gave up 7 points to a team that averages 11. Oh, my goodness.
Listen,
Good job, guys.
But you usually say you can't control a team that's in front of you.
Absolutely.
Beat the team that's in front of you.
I agree 110%.
Those are your words.
Yes. You can do nothing but beat the teams in front of you.
Yeah.
So why they scored 8 points?
Okay.
Versus a team that really can't stop anybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Versus a team that averages 11 points a game.
I hope they get your point.
And you're blowing teams. I love that you blowing these teams out. But when the camera was on you, you came down to earth. The team you beat in the beginning of the season is the only team with the winning record who now only gave up 6 points a game after that loss. Primetime is overrated. Bottom line. They're not going to do this to Little Rascals. They're not going to have to worry about OT to the playoffs. Lucky them. So I don't believe in them. It's all smoke and mirrors. Now, do I respect them? I respect anybody playing this game. But I know I heard the hype, and I heard this, and I heard that, and I Primetime this, I heard Primetime that. Yeah, we're outscoring everybody. You're beating bad teams. Pump your brakes. Slow down. Rail them in a little bit. Stop throwing the line out. Rail them in a little bit. They're going too far out. Bring them in a little bit. Slow down. Because if you're a top scoring offense, right? Why Pig and Show argue? Why they getting all mad? Why? They blow everybody out. Because this is a game you should have lost. So, be careful. Now you're on the radar. Got a lot of decent teams in there, but this is the team they should be worrying about? Little Rascals. But we'll see what happens. We're going to wrap this game up. Primetime coming up with the win over Wolfpack, 8-7. We'll see you on the site. Welcome back. Sorry, I got a little extra. The first game, I get a little excited when I see things like that.
You make it seem like that's rare, that you get excited about analyzing the game. You always get like that, yeah.
I'm not animated. Sure. You always say I'm animated.
Yes,
I'm not
you are.
Animated, like I'm a Tiny Toon or something.
Yes, listen. You have, let's just say, your personality when it comes to analyzing the game is, let me be fair, let me be nice, larger than life. Let's just say that. Larger than life. It's beyond reality. Nobody really acts like that in their daily lives. So it's like you're playing a role. Let's just say that.
Right.
Like that's why I say you get animated. Like it's over. Like you know how they call Jim Carrey the overactor?
Or Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, those two are the main guys that's known for overacting. That's what you do when you analyze the game. It's like you overanalyze. Like you go overboard to try to gain attention. And that's why a lot of people hate you.
It's passion.
Sure. That's the nice way to put it, is passion. Okay.
Well, speaking of that, passion is the big game coming up right now for the Chiefs. They're going to face Power Circle in this next game. Now, the Chiefs are coming in 0-3. This team can score. One of the worst defenses in the league. And the crazy thing about it, when I look, that's been their problem throughout all multiple divisions. This team can't stop anybody. And you got Power Circle, who comes in 3-0 with a very, very good defense. Their offense is pretty good, but their defense is really, really good. They're in the top 5 in defense. I think this is a real good defense. But they're going to come in without their starting quarterback, Wayne.
Ultimately, the Power Circle came up short. I believe when they first got to the field, they had 5-6 players on the field. So that's already not a good look. And then you lose one of those guys because they have to play quarterback.
Yeah.
So none of that is a good formula for you to come in and defend your undefeated record in this game, against the Chiefs. Now, on the Chiefs side, this team is a team that I like watching them play.
Yeah, Beaver can score.
Yes, and they're an exciting team to watch when they're on offense. But then when they're on defense, it's like
punishment to the eyes.
Listen, you cover your head, you cover your eyes. Like, it's horrible watching them play. It's like two sides of their game is opposites of each other. The offense is great. The defense is, I'm going to use your word. I'm going to borrow your word. They're atrocious.
Well, I stole that from Steven.
I know.
So you can borrow it.
Yeah.
Because it's stolen.
Until he kind of sues you for it, but whatever. But that's the frustration that you would have being a fan of this team.
Yeah.
Because they could put up points just like the best of them. But they can't hold the teams when they try to respond.
Right.
If they're able to get a few more stops, hold some teams within a certain amount, this will be a good team. This will be a scary team to face, especially in the playoffs.
Right.
And I still think there's hope for them. But they got to play defense.
All right, we're going to jump into the game. Remember, Ron is going to get the start for Power Circle because Wayne wouldn't be here. On the return, Beaver pitches it to Arnold on the sideline, who runs it all the way to the 5-yard line. That is the way to start it off, especially when you're playing a team that doesn't really have a lot of guys, ain't really all here, look like they don't really want to get up. That's how you do it. Great play by Beaver there on that pitch. First and goal, Beaver finds Brandon in the end zone for the touchdown. Felipe gets the extra point, 7-0. And one thing I said from the beginning, Beaver can score. And he scores again here. Great play by him.
And that was all because of that surprise play on the kick on the return. They got some huge yardage getting all the way to the 5-yard line. By the time you get there to the 5 and you're starting your drive from there, it's hard to stop an offense like that, and they're able to score.
Ron is going to get the ball. He's going to throw to Josh in the gap. Short, almost picked off by Beaver. Second down, Ron throws to Muhammad on the sideline. Picked off by Vic. Giving the ball back to the Chiefs. And that's a bad throw by Ron. He's attempted to do something he doesn't usually do. This team misses Wayne already. He throws it into on his second play. Big interception.
And I can't kill him on this play because, again, this is not his position to play right now. So he's trying to do his best. Unfortunately, that pass wasn't as accurate as it needed to be. And the Chiefs take advantage with that interception by Vic.
Beaver throws the D in the gap for a nice gain. Second down, Beaver on 5 rush, runs to the sideline, getting to the 7-yard line. Third and goal, Beaver finds Felipe in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. JoJo gets the extra point, 14-0. Chiefs strike again.
And this is them doing what they do best. Doing what they do for this season. They know how to score, and they're not slowing down here. They know that this Power Circle team are not 100%. They're missing a lot of their guys, and because of that, they're taking advantage of their offense, and they're on the board yet again.
Chiefs is going to get flagged for the contact after the fair catch. So that's a big play for Power Circle. Going to be 4 and out. Second down, Ron throws to Troy on the sideline for a decent gain. 4th and goal, Ron on 5 runs throws to Joe in the back of the end zone. Picked off by Morgan. Ron's 2nd interception of the game, and the Chiefs get the ball right back. Morgan with a great pick.
At this point, what else are you expecting him to do? You know, Ron is trying his best. Is there any other substitute? You're gonna sub them for who?
Me.
No. You are terrible.
Whoa.
So I think that Ron is probably still better than you, as bad as he's throwing right now. But that's unfortunate. Because they don't have their quarterback, they're struggling to get into the end zone.
3rd down after 2 short passes. Beaver scrambles, throws to JoJo on the sideline, cuts inside. Spank misses the tag. JoJo runs for a nice gain and 1st down. What do you think of the play? Spank swore to be up and down. He made the tag. What does it look like to you?
Looking at this play, and I'm going to play it slow motion. Look at the angle here. It looks like he swipes right by his back. And you know, when it's that close and you don't 100% like cleanly tag him, you're not going to get that call. Chances are you're not going to get that call. And that's exactly what happened. He just misses him there, and that is why they end up getting some big yardage.
3rd and goal after 2 short passes. Beaver finds D in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Josh just gets there too late. 20-0. Chiefs scored it.
And this is right here, off of that big play where they got some big yardage. Now you see Josh looking worried about the back of the end zone and not protecting the front, something that you should know regardless. And Josh gets there too late to react to JoJo getting that pass. Beaver sees him. He's not going to miss him there, and he scores yet again in this first half.
After a 1st down, Ron throws to Joe on the sideline for a decent gain. 3rd down at the 10. Ron runs in the gap. Morgan just misses the tag. Ron runs it into the end zone for the touchdown. On the extra point, Troy throws to Joe for the extra point. 20-7. Power Circus finally get on the board.
Maybe they have something there that that Troy was able to get into the end zone off of a throw quicker than Ron.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to kill him because Ron still makes it into the end zone, taking a smart play by running in the gap when he's under pressure, tucks it in and runs into the end zone and is able to put some points on the board.
Beaver on 1st down throws to JoJo on the sideline, who gets past Muhammad, runs on the sideline. Brandon with a great block here. JoJo runs into the end zone for the touchdown. 40 seconds up on the clock. 26-7 Chiefs.
And this Chiefs team is not taking the pedal off the metal right now. They are scoring in almost every single drive that they had. Did they score at every drive in the half?
Correct.
I believe that they did. So if you look here, this play right here, you have JoJo in the gap. He gets a nice block by Brandon on the sideline. He's able to run into the score. Whether it's going downfield, getting points off the running the kick return or whatever, they finding different ways to get into the end zone. This team is on fire right now.
3rd down after getting the first on a few short plays. Ron finds Troy cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Troy cuts from the sideline unseen and gets into the end zone on Ryan's throw. Josh gets the extra point, taking us into the half. 26-14. Power Circle score again. Great play by Ron, but Troy knows how to find the end zone, and he finds it again.
Another one of the most underutilized guys in this league.
I
said that about Shuggy, and I'm saying that about Troy.
And the crazy thing is they both played on the same team.
Yes, so the thing about it is these guys are so underutilized, it's not even funny. Troy is a person who can get lost in coverage because of his height and because of his speed. So if you look on a play like this is exactly what happened. He gets lost, and Ron is able to show that he has some arm strength and is able to throw an accurate pass to him wide open in the back of the end zone. The last 2 drives, they were able to score. So it sounds like they're starting to get their stride going in the half. Hopefully they keep that momentum going, keeping going in the second half. Make some stops on defense. I believe that is the key for this Power Circle team. If they're able to make some stops in the second half, I think they have a shot.
If I'm a Chiefs, I like what I see with Beaver. He's been doing what he's done all season, score. Our defense has been bad. You know, our defense is 7th, and this is why. Ron is not a quarterback. We got 2 interceptions, but we gave up 2 touchdowns. We gotta get that better. This team we're playing, Power Circle, is 5th in scoring. So they can score some points, but Wayne isn't here. So what's the excuse? We have a pretty bad defense. So Beaver's going to have to score the way he is. Beaver scored his first, every 4 possessions he touched the ball, he scored 4 times. You got to love that. We could put this game away. If I'm Beaver, I'm focusing on putting more points up because I'm not trusting this defense because I haven't been able to trust them all season. We're going to jump into the second half. Power Circle gets the ball on the kickoff. Ball is short, but Darren touches it, and then it's going to be recovered by Vic, giving the Chiefs back the ball. Bad play by Darren. Terrible play touching that football.
And I believe that he tried to get it and he misses it. So many players have been doing this all season, and you got to be aware on plays like that. Unfortunately, he isn't, and Chiefs are on the money getting that ball right back for their offense.
Beaver on first down, throws deep to Jojo, open on the sideline. Caught for a big game, picking up the first down. Troy is flagged for tackling on that play. Now, first I'm going to tell you the play. I like this guy, Jojo. I like this guy. The guy makes plays, he can find the ball, and Beaver likes him. And this is why they connect for this big play. And Troy, that's a bad flag by Troy. You already know you don't have the opportunity to go for a shootout. You can't afford to give him extra yards. Well, 3rd and goal. Beaver finds Brandon in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Honcho gets the extra point. 33-14. Now it's the last.
And this Power Circle team has no chance stopping this Chiefs team. And the fact that they gave away the ball in the right as the half started, that's one of the things that killed them right there. That's a momentum killer right there, because the half is supposed to be a different game for your team. But they give that opportunity away, and the Chiefs take that momentum, they score again, and now they're ready to put this game away.
Well, I'm pausing because I hate bad football and it gets funny. So Chiefs throw it up again. So Ron says, I'm going to show Darren how you really do it. And he drops the ball too. Arnold gets the recovery. Chiefs get the ball back. Ron wants to show Darren this is how you do it. And he drops the ball also. This is punishment on my eyes. What is going on? Josh can only laugh. All Josh can do is laugh. Chiefs get the ball.
Listen, I think that they knew, Josh from when they got on the field knew that this wasn't going to be a good game for them. Obviously, it wasn't, because they're missing one of their main components on this team, their quarterback. And because of that...
And Canarsie and Shuggy.
So all of these guys, Canarsie, Shuggy, Wayne, those are 3 of their best guys right there they don't have. So to play without these guys, it's a completely different game. They came out a little flat, I would say.
Little?
Well, yeah, they came out flat. They still was able to score 2 points. Not to give too much credit to Chiefs defense, because they don't have any, but they knew that this game was going to end this way, so it's just showing with the way that they get these these onside kicks.
Well, after getting the first down, Beaver throws the D on the sideline, who runs it in from the 1-yard line, and then runs it to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal, Beaver finds Jojo in the back of the end zone for the touchdown, ending the game 39-14 Chiefs.
And if you think about it, this Power Circle team did not get on the offense at all in the second half. At all. They had no plays in the second half. Why? They missed the onside kick. They missed the onside throw the first time. Then they missed it the second time. 2 opportunities for their team to get on offense, and they missed both of them. Now, obviously, you're not going to expect them to do too much without their 3-star stars on this team, but at least play smarter football. Not necessarily say more talented football, but more smarter football. And that's not something they did in the second half. They pretty much handed the Chiefs this game. I see you rubbing your head.
Hopefully you can find my Al Bundy thing, because that's where I get it from. You can put it side by side. When he does this, that's when you try to massage your migraine. This is terrible football. Terrible football. Wow.
This is not a way you end your undefeated season. Well,
got their first
and your
loss.
undefeated streak, I mean.
So it's not much kill to them. They got their first loss, but you just gave the Chiefs their first win. Chiefs go to 1-3, as Power Circle goes to 3-1. So I'm not gonna kill Power Circle. They miss half the guys, but they allow Beaver to score every time he touched the ball. Beaver had the ball 6 times and scored 6 times. Power Circle could not get the ball in the second half, and it's because they decided to give it away twice. Maybe because Christmas is coming. I just love the fact that Darren drops the ball. And Ron G says, no, youngin. Let me show you how OGs do it. And he dropped the ball better than Darren dropped it. That's what made it awesome.
So you're saying that it was a more impressive drop?
Yeah, both bad. Ain't really much to say. I mean, Chiefs look great. They look like they wanted to end this game early. I think the 2 touchdowns they gave up to Ron G is a concern. You already have a bad defense, and you're giving up 2 easy touchdowns. I think they got to fix that, and they're not going to survive. We're going to wrap this game up. Chiefs with the win over Power Circle, 39-14. We'll be right back.
Who gonna stop? People, you gotta stop. 1, 2, it's ready. Ball. Yo, get out. Be ready.
Last game, Chiefs, who just played, had a back-to-back, and they played the Bullies. This ain't the same old Bullies we remember. This is a more... I mean, this Bullies score. They're in 5th in scoring. But they still have their Achilles heels. You remember their Achilles heel? They can't stop anybody.
Yeah. You know what's the funny thing about this game? Both teams have that problem right now.
Yes, but Chiefs are bad.
Yeah.
Defensively. The Bullies is the worst defense I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
In my life. I like their offense. They can score. But they're the worst defense I've even seen in my life. It doesn't get worse than that. Like they can't stop a nosebleed. They can't cover a queen size mattress with a twin sheet. I don't know.
You're kind of messing up the analogy there.
Yeah,
It's a
like,
king size
go ahead.
mattress with a twin size sheet.
See how bad I got that?
Yeah.
So you might as well call me the bully.
And you see, you even made me mess up. It's
Yeah.
a twin size mattress with a king size sheet. You made me say it backwards.
Yes, exactly.
So
See,
that's how
because
bad you're
the
saying that
Bullies
they
defense
are.
is.
Damn.
And the Chiefs seem pretty much better. They're 7th in defense. Guess that's a little better than 9th, but it's still bad. So, I mean, we might see a lot of points. The Bullies missed their starting quarterback. Paul.
Yeah.
Paul will not be returning this season, might make it for the playoffs. So, definitely they're going to miss him. I think Calvin is a pretty good quarterback, but he's no Paul. He does not stretch the field by Paul, and I think ever since Paul has been gone, Pierre is not the same, his brother. His brother's one of the best downfield guys in the game. Not really known for speed, but Paul could put the ball right there. And I don't think Calvin has really found him the way that his brother used to find him.
And I think that's the connection that this Bullies team miss. They have a lot of guys that can go and get the ball.
Yes.
They have him. Reem is also a guy that's not here this game. He's another guy, tall receiver, who can go and get the ball. They have Keith, who's another talented receiver, but the way that they vibe with Kelvin is not the same as the way that they connect with Paul. So
Correct.
You're seeing that with the way their production is this season. They are in the middle of the pack in 5th.
Right.
So not the same offense, and that's the reason why they're not doing so well this season.
All right, we're going to jump right into the game. After getting the first down, Calvin on 5 rush rolls right, throws for receiving the gap. It's going to be bobbled, then dropped. Second down, Calvin throws a mook on the sideline, getting him to the 10-yard line. Third down, Calvin on 5 rush throws. Cassell in the back of the end zone low, picked off by Beaver. And here we go with the Chiefs attack. Great stop on defense.
And this was a good decision. Cassell was open in the back of the end zone. Unfortunately, Kelvin could not throw it over the defender's head, and because of that, he was waiting for it, and he picks it off, putting his offense on the field.
Beaver with 2 passes for a nice game, getting him the first down. Then Beaver throws to Felipe in the gap, who pitches it to Arnold for a decent game. Felipe flag for a block in the back, bringing him back. What do you think of the call?
I think that this is a clear call. If you look here, you see Felipe as he goes to make a block. You see he clearly pushes him in the back as he goes to make the block. So that's a call you're always going to get if it's clearly visible, and yeah, it definitely was.
I love when guys say, but I didn't hit him in the back. Amazing. Third down, Beaver on 5 rush, rolls right, throws to Vic in the middle, dropped, almost picked off by Cassell. Now, the reason we say that, because what do we always say happens when the guys drop picks?
They give up an opportunity.
4th down, the 35-yard line. We're blocking from Vic. Beaver throws it up to D over Kadeem in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Felipe gets the extra point, 7-zip. If you look here, Kadeem left guarding 2, so you got to give up 1. Unfortunately, he gives up the touchdown.
And the sad part about it is Kadeem is left with Felipe and with D on either side of him. So who is he going to choose to go to guard? He chooses one, they throw it to the other. There's nothing that he could do. You have D, kind of smack talking with Kadeem, but there's nothing Kadeem could do. That's not fair. And the sad thing is the Bullies do not give this man no help, and he's left isolated with 2 receivers, and they score from all the way on the 40-yard line. Because of that penalty, they were still able to score from there and get the touchdown.
But I'm going to tell you what Kadeem could have did. You know what Kadeem could have did to stop this play? Cassell could have held on to that interception.
Yeah?
Because then that wouldn't happen. Unfortunately, they don't. 7-0 Chiefs. On the return, Keith drops the ball, and Arnold recovers it for the Chiefs. I don't understand what guys are onside kicks. I mean, I catch the pencil, and the football's a little bigger than the pencil. I don't know. But it looks like guys don't know how to catch, or they can't catch on sides, or they want to give away balls for Christmas, or they're just bad.
Listen, I have my own theory out there. Maybe you may think that it's out there, whatever.
Okay.
But think about it. The last 3 onside throws that Bieber had in the last 2 games, they recovered by the guy dropping the ball. So this must be Bieber's mind manipulation.
There we go with the superpowers or the alien stuff.
I don't know what it is, but for 3 in 2 games in a row, the same people did the same thing over and over again in 2 different games. I'm sorry, this must be something that Bieber's doing. He's manipulating them somewhat to make them drop the ball because this is the 3rd time it worked in a day for them.
2nd down, Beaver throws a D in the gap for a decent game. 3rd down, Beaver throws a honcho in the middle who runs in the sideline for a decent game. Morgan with the great block. And y'all already know what Drago likes to say when he sees stuff like this.
If he dies, he dies.
Absolutely. It's a part of the game, and if he dies, he dies. Great block by Morgan there. 4th and goal, Beaver finds Jojo in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Felipe with the extra point. 14-0 Chiefs.
And this team is on fire. The last 8 drives in the last 2 games, they scored every single drive.
Correct.
So this team is all hands on deck. That whatever problems the other team has, it's not slowing this Chiefs offense down at one bit, and all they're doing is adding to the amount of scoring that they've been doing regularly this season, and they're showing that they're one of the better offenses on the field with yet another score here.
On the kick return, Keith catches the ball. Morgan misses the tag. Keith runs it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. 14-6, Bullies score finally.
Knowing that he made a mistake early in the game with that drop extra onside throw, he's able to get this one, get past the defender, run all the way to the end zone for the score. So that's a way to recover and do the opposite of what you did before. He's able to get into the end zone all the way from the onside throw into the score. That's a big play for this Bullies team.
Chiefs get the ball at the 40, 4 and out. 2nd down, Beaver throws to Felipe in the gap, who pitches to Arnold for a decent game. 4th and goal, Beaver finds D in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Nobody follows D in the front of the end zone. Beaver's going to throw an interception to Calvin, an extra point, but it's 20-6 Chiefs.
And the fact that Paul is not here to help this Bullies team doesn't change the fact that their defense is terrible.
Yeah.
And these guys are not communicating. They are silent in the backfield, and I think that's one of the reasons why they're so bad. They're not good at communicating. They're not good at talking. They're not good at, designing a strategy, following these receivers, reading these offensive plays. They're not good at that. And because of that, this Chiefs team is exposing them every single drive that they get on the field. And this is yet another score here.
Bullies going to get the ball 4 and out. 2nd down, Calvin throws to the receiver in the gap for a nice gain. They can't score before half. 20-6 Chiefs.
9 possessions in 2 games, and they were able to score every single time. any question on if the Chiefs can score should be out the window. Yes, I get that these two teams that they've been playing are not 100%, but that doesn't matter because the Chiefs have been consistent with scoring all through the season.
Right.
So you can't take that away from them. This man Bieber knows how to get into the end zone, and these guys, D, JoJo, Brandon, Arnold, I'm missing some guys,
Kane,
but Kane,
who's not here, but-
not even here. The fact that Kane is their best offensive player and he's not even here, and they're putting up all these points, just shows how good this offense and how deep this offense
And we
really
see
is.
Felipe get in shape.
Yes.
He's a factor like when he first came into
And
the
if
league.
they're able to keep playing like this, they are a team to watch. They're exciting, and they're showing why their offense is one of the best out here right now.
The Bullies are a bad defense. But that has nothing to do with scoring. You're playing against a bad defense in the Chiefs. You got to be able to put up points. You can't stop anybody. Fine. You don't do that. But scoring is where you hang your hat on. You got to score. They're allowing what's going on the defense to seep into their offense. That's not going to work. The Bullies are not a good defensive team. They've never been a good defensive team, but they've been able to score. Do what you do. Score points, and then you may make one stop. That'll change the game. Stop letting this affect your identity. You're an offensive team. Score. That's what you do. This team looks lost. They look like they don't belong here, and I'm very disappointed because one thing we can say is the Bullies has always been in the top 5 in scoring. They can score. They don't look like it this game. We're going to jump into the second half with Chiefs getting the ball. Second down, Bieber throws a Dre on the sideline, almost picked off. Third down, Bieber on 5 rush, runs on the sideline for a decent gain. Fourth down, Bieber on 5 rush, throws a D, cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Pierre doesn't see Dre cutting in the back of the end zone, gives up the touchdown, 26-6. And the main thing I want to say is, on second down, Bullies dropped an interception. That always happens. Almost intercepted, means you didn't intercept it, which means you gave them another opportunity, which 9 out of 10, they score, and they scored again.
This looks like this Bullies team is ready to go home because they are not accomplishing anything besides that one play that Keith made by himself. This team doesn't have anything in the tank right now. It didn't look like they came out ready to play this game. You know, they don't have their quarterback. Obviously, they know that from the beginning of the season, so that's not an excuse on why they're playing the way they are
Yeah,
now.
because Calvin can score.
Yes, and the thing about it is Calvin's been their quarterback this season since the very beginning. So it's not like, oh, Paul's just not here this week.
Right.
That's not the excuse because Calvin's been there from the very beginning. It's just this team today is not looking like a team that's competing at all. It's like they're a shell of their former self. And
Right.
it's showing with the way the score is looking right now.
26-6 Chiefs on the kickoff. Bullies get to the 30-yard line, 4 and out. Second down, Calvin throws the Keith in the gap. That's going to be dropped. Third down, Calvin makes another throw. That's going to be dropped. Takes us to fourth down. Calvin throws the Keith on the sideline. Knocked away by Felipe. Ending the game. 26-6. Chiefs with the blowout win.
I've never seen this before. Not counting the defenses that they faced, but this Chiefs team scored every single time they got on the field in the whole day.
Yep, absolutely.
Never seen that before, you know? And again, some people are going to say, oh, well, this is a C2, so you can't take
Doesn't
it
matter.
seriously. Doesn't matter. The fact that they came out in 2 games and scored in every drive that they were in, 10 drives overall,
Yep.
and they scored every single drive. That says something about their offense. The way that this team played today is the way I expected Primetime to play in their game.
They scored 65 points in both games combined.
That's unbelievable, the way that this Chiefs came out to play. Now, the thing about it was all they got to do is fix their defense. That's all they got to do. And they'll be able to compete with anybody in the playoffs. They're a scary team to play if they're able to put up points in this way. So, hats off to them. They played great today in their doubleheader. They just got to hold on defense. That's the one thing that I still worry about, and that's why their record is still 2-3.
We're going to jump in the interview with Beaver, then I'll talk about the Bullies, and then we'll give you a wrap-up on everything altogether.
What's going on? Stephen J here with Beaver, quarterback of the Chiefs. You won 2 games today. First 2 wins of the season. Yes, sir. Started out 0-3. What was the difference today rather than the first 3 games you lost?
For one, I threw today. We started with a different quarterback, try something different, but we decided, we're just going to stick with me. We got a new team, bunch of new guys, so everybody's just kind of getting into it. So we had a slow start both divisions.
It don't seem like scoring was your problem in the last, because you said it's your first game throwing for this division. It don't seem that the scoring was the problem, because when I looked at a few of the scores, you scored a few points.
Yeah.
You scored 21, 26. Only one game you was held to 6 points. So it don't really seem like the scoring. It looks like most likely your defense.
In both divisions, it's the defense that we really need to buckle down on. That's why we really did the C2 to get these guys some extra reps out here to get better for the other division. But, it's just work in progress, man. We got a lot of new guys, a lot of guys that haven't played the position before. So
You seem like you jumped in and did what you've been doing in the C division. You threw 10 touchdown passes in 2 games. Why did it just seem like this year offensively, you're not getting as much credit as you should be throwing?
Is the scapegoat, man. Anytime, man. The quarterback goes down, the captain goes down with the ship. It is what it is. We just finished winning, and didn't get the credit for it either. So, it is what it is, man. I like playing with the chip on my shoulder and definitely, being an underdog. So,
what's your big idea to fix the defense? Because scoring, like I said, I want to emphasize scoring because adding these 2 games, your offense scores 23 points a game. You know what I mean? And that's high. Other than teams like Little Rascal and Primetime, you're up there scoring. But with those teams, you have to be able to make stops. What are you going to do in order to adjust that? Because it seems like you could put up points, but if your team ain't holding down, those are losses right there.
Well, we got to buckle down on defense. That's it, man. People got to take pride and play their positions, and that's it. We counted on each individual to make their play. As you guys know, we split up from our other team with our YG brothers and our Braulio brothers. We said we're going to do something different this season. So we starting fresh, and, we got some growing pains, but everybody's got to take pride in their stuff and play their position.
Being 2-3, you don't think that was possibly a mistake?
What was?
With the split?
It wasn't my doing, man. It just wasn't my cards that we played, but just got to deal with it. We started fresh, and all these guys that we playing with, we got over a decade knowing these guys. So it's, that's still family over there. This is more of a brotherhood that we're doing now. So we're trying to just, it's the growing pains from breaking off. So
all right, we're gonna thank Beaver for being here with us. They won 2 games in a row. This man threw 10 touchdown passes in 2 games. That's amazing. Got to give this guy props. We're gonna see you on the site. All right.
Shout out to Bully, Beaver, great game, and right now we'll let you know Beaver has been picked. We only had 3 games. 1 game was forfeit. Badgers forfeited to OTF, but Beaver's gonna be our player of the week.
Definitely.
Only him. 10 touchdowns in 2 games, and the man put up, like I said, 65 points in 2 games. That's amazing. Two wins that the team needed to push them back up, and that's 2 great wins by them today. Moves them up to about 5th place. Definitely something they need. They definitely needed that win, especially with the Badgers taking that forfeit. Overall, Bullies are a bad defense. They're knifing defense. They're fifth.
Just say it the way it is. They are the worst.
They're the worst defense in the league.
That's exactly what it is.
They gave up more points than anybody else in the league. And when you add the scoring, and this is going to be the funny thing. When you add their scoring right now, when I do the math, the Bullies have given up 142 points. You know how many points is that a game? This team gives up 28 points a game, close to 30 points a game in the C2 division. They're the worst defense in the league, but they're 5th in offense. They can score. They're in the top 5. Gotta change. You gotta do something because they didn't look good this game, and if this continues to leak onto their offense, they're gonna be in and out of the playoffs. So really quick, we're gonna give you a rundown of all the scores, and then we'll give you some thoughts that we have based on the division. We're not going to really get into it too much, but we're going to give you some thoughts of ours in the division really quick. We're not going to bring out every team. We're going to break down the division really quick. So I'm going to start from the C2s, all the games you saw. OTF is going to get the win over Badgers on a forfeit, 18-0. Primetime beat Wolfpack 8-7. Chiefs beat Power Circle 39-14. Then Chiefs beat Bullies 26-6. Then Little Rascals beat HGH 34-12. real quick in that division, I give you the rundown. Primetime 5-0. Little Rascals 4-0. OTF 5-1. Power Circle 3-1. Chiefs 2-3. Badgers 1-4. Wolfpack 1-4. Bullies 1-4. HGH 0-5. I want to see Little Rascals versus Primetime. That is the game that I need to see. That is the 2 top scoring teams in the league and 2 defenses that's in the top 5. This is an open division as far as the bottom, because these teams are not separated by a lot. We have 3 teams that's 1-4 in the Badgers, Wolfpack, and Bullies, and HGH 0-5. So, I mean, anything can happen. The Chiefs are very impressive. They sit 3rd in scoring, but they're 7th in defense. They got to turn that around. Power Circle come off with a bad loss. I think they'll be okay. We're going to have to see what's going on. But the team to be in this division, I think, is still Little Rascals. I was not impressed by Primetime. I'm going to put them 2nd in my power ranking as far as those 2 teams. And I think Little Rascals still the best team in that division.
I mean, honestly, I can't say that I can put them in 2nd out of all those teams. I think that basically right now, I put them at least tied with OTF.
Wow.
I gotta put them on par with each other because OTF,
the number 2 defense in the league.
Exactly.
And 4th in offense.
And my thing is, they have been lights out since they've lost to Primetime.
Right.
So I gotta at least put them on par with this Primetime team because most of the teams that Primetime was able to win against were weaker teams in the division. So I gotta put them on par with each other. They are competing for that 2nd place spot, in my opinion.
All right, we're gonna go right now to the C division. We'll give you some of the scores. C division, YGs beat East New York 20-0. Primetime beat the Unit 28-0. Suicide Squad beat Brotherhood 29-19. Heavy Hitters beat Sour Factory 20-19. Primetime had a doubleheader. They beat the Grave Diggers 33-21, and Raiders beat the Chiefs 34-27. I'm gonna give you a rundown right now. Raiders 5-0. Primetime 4-1. Brotherhood 4-1. YG's 3-3. Suicide Squad 3-3. Suicide Squad 3-2. East New York 3-2. Heavy Hitters 2-3. Grave Diggers 1-3. Chiefs 1-4. Sour Factory 0-3. Unit 0-5. Units, I think they're done. They don't know how to score. They don't know how to find the end zone. 43 points. They scored the least amount of points in the whole division. Terrible offensively. Raiders are the best offense, are one of the top defenses in the league. But the best offense in the division, even though they got 1 loss, Brotherhood. This team that scored a combined 128 points. They're playing well. Primetime, Tiki got that team on point. They're 4-1. They're looking pretty good. They're led by their defense. Their defense is the best defense in the league. They're tied with YGs for the best defense in the division. So definitely that's going to be good to see. YGs, Suicide Squad, East New York all tied at 2-3. I think anything can happen in this division. Once again, you see the Chiefs, they give up a lot of points. They give up the 2nd most points in the division. Only the Unit gives up more points than the Chiefs in that division. So it's up in the air to see what we think. But I think the Raiders right now are holding strong form in that division.
And you got to give it to this Raiders team. After the whole dust-up that they had with losing JJ, replacing him with Chris. And I think Chris has been able to fit into this Raiders team pretty well. He's been throwing pretty well for them, putting up points. And they haven't really slowed down too much as as you watch them play as the season moves along. They've been looking good. Their defense is one of the reasons why they're doing so well. But I think that their offense hasn't really missed a beat too much with the change of quarterback.
Their offense, they're 2nd in scoring.
Yes, so they're looking terrific right now. Even with the change of quarterback, this team is in good shape right now.
And we're going to give you the B division. Blackout. We're going to give you the scores first. Blackout beat Grave Diggers 27-7. Shockers beat Rockstars 27-13. Primetime beat New Breed 22-21. And YGs beat Young and Reckless 21-20. The records: Blackout 5-0. Shockers 4-1. Rockstars 3-2. Primetime 2-3. YGs 2-3. New Breed 1-3-1. YGs Young and Reckless 1-3-1. And Grave Diggers 0-3-2. Now the biggest disappointment of that division has to be Young and Reckless.
Yeah.
This is a team that went toe-to-toe with Blackout. This team is 1-3-1. They look terrible. And right now, they have the 5th defense and the 4th offense. So they're in top 5 in both divisions. They give up 17, they score 17, but they can't win games.
And I'm gonna say this, the thing with this team that worries me is they're almost the exact same team when you slide over in another division and look at them as Brotherhood.
Brotherhood is 4-1.
Yes, so I think personally, all of their energy is going into that Brotherhood team.
And that's a disrespect to Mills as quarterback.
It's not, because Mills is not performing at the height that he has before.
We've seen these guys drop a lot of passes.
Yes, and again, and that's the main reason why they're struggling right now, because they're not doing Mills any favors. They're making him look like a mediocre quarterback right now. And it's because they're not completing their catches. They're not catching these passes. So what is Mills going to do? He's forced to make plays by himself. I believe that this team is not focused on this division as much as they need to, and that's why they're in the middle of the pack. They're looking mediocre, and it shows with their record.
Blackout and Shockers already showing that they're the top 2 teams in the division. This team's a combined 9-1. You know, they're practically tied in defense when you average it. Shockers give up 64, Blackout gives up 67. So they've turned it around. I think their defense on Blackout gives up big plays.
Yeah,
we've seen it, but they're holding, and Alex is scoring as far as the offense. They're in first in scoring. They score 26 points a game, but Shockers are not far behind. They score 23.
And me personally, I would put, even though Blackout has the advantage over them by beating them in that game last week, I still put them on par with each other. I think that they are both tied for the first place in my power rankings, because their statistics they almost mirror each other. And the fact that they only have that one game that separates the two, that's why I put them tied in first in my power ranking.
And Rockstar's lost to the Shockers, who's the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
And after they won 3 in a row. So, I mean, Rockstars is right up there, and this team is in 3rd in scoring. They score 19 a game. So they can score. Their defense is the problem. They're in 6th. They give up 22 points a game. That is too much when you got teams like Blackout and Shockers who can score points. I think that's a big concern. Primetime, they've turned it around. They've been scoring. They're playing a little better. You know what I mean? They're still 7th in scoring. The only team that scores less points than them is Gravediggers. And they're 0-3-1 or 0-3-2. So they still got to turn that around. But they came over with a big win to Newbury. Newbury, listen, still getting used to it. They scored 21 points this game.
They're very consistent. I got to give them that.
You know what I mean? They're scoring. They're getting it together offensively. They're 6th in scoring, but they struggled in the beginning of the season. Newbury is a team I don't want to play in the playoffs. They got size. They're number 3 in defense. They only give up 15 a game. Only Blackout and Shockers give least points than them. The other thing to talk about is, YGs are 2-3, but the concern there is you got Gravediggers, 0-3-2. They give up less points than YGs. YGs gives up 25 points a game.
Yeah.
Gravediggers, who don't have a win yet, gives up less points than them at 23. They got to fix that defense. Because you have a lot of teams in this division, especially Shockers, Blackout, and Rockstars, that can score. They're going to have to figure a way to fix that up. At the end of the day, it's still a pretty open division. We're going to have to see how it ended. But the top 2 teams, Blackout and Shockers, are the teams leading the charge, 5-0, 4-1. So we're going to wrap everything up right now. Real quick, we want to thank the teams, that's participated in the finances to get us the contract we needed to be part of BQFL. The little extra money you give and Darren matches that money, puts in some more finances on, is how allows us to do what we do. So, I hear there's some gripes on the side, and unfortunately, this is not a free world. Things, bills have to get paid or whatever.
Yeah.
But just know, it's well worth it. Hopefully, with the show and everything you're seeing, we're letting you know it's not wasted income. Basically, it's not a wasted bill or profits, however you want to say it. is definitely going into the league with doing what we've been doing, you know?
Yeah, and the thing about it is we believe that this actually helps your game, because especially when we're covering your game and you get to see the mistakes live, or you get to see the mistakes on camera. You get to see it right in front of you. Now you know, okay, we messed up here, we can improve here. We look good here, let's not change too much. So this is a way that you can analyze what you're doing wrong and what you're doing good and improve and on your road to the championship. So don't look at it as, oh, extra finance. This is a way that you can look at your game and improve as you win that championship.
And even if you didn't know that, you know, or we didn't do your game, or we don't get to record you, we still give you numbers.
Yes.
You still get the numbers, and the numbers are very important. You know, as far as the stuff with Primetime, people didn't know that Primetime's 5-0, but they beat losing teams. It's nothing against them not taking that shot.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know unless you had numbers. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know that even though the YGs are 2-3, they give up the most points in the B division, which is terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's certain things that the numbers help show what it is and what it ain't. You know, and that's the best thing to see. Primetime in the C division, you know, they're 4-1, but they're tied for the best defense in the league. So, you know, you think it's offense, but it's really their defense that's really doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so just to let you know, it's well worth it. Like we're going to wrap it up. Beaver is the player of the week. So he's doing this. He's going to be solo this week. It's only 3 games. The guy threw 10 touchdowns in 2 games. He scored every time he got the ball. 10 touchdowns on 10 possessions. Got to give this guy props. I've never seen that done before.
Never.
So we're going to wrap this up. On behalf of Ghosts, I'm Stephen J. We have Real Tough Talk. We're going to see y'all next week on another episode. Thanks for joining us, guys. We out here.